Hello. So I thought this morning I would start with a prompt that I was supposed to do yesterday for the Kelly Creates Arts and Calligraphy group on Facebook. So the word is amour. I'm going to write that out real quick on some watercolor paper. I'm using a Zig Brushables pen. They're one of my favorites. In fact, I like them so much I wanted to look into replacing them because I use them so much they're starting to get a little bit frayed, and I went on Amazon where I bought some of them in the first place and I can't find them for a reasonable price, so I'm really sad about that. Okay, so now that I have the word written out in a light color as a guide, I'm going to start going in with some watercolor. So I'm going to wet my brush first. And then pick a color where to start. So I have some Ecoline liquid watercolors over here, and then in the dish I have some Brea, I don't know how to say it, Reese glitter watercolor inks here. We got a red and a magenta, and then there's a pink one which I just bought the other day, and honestly I'm not really happy with it because it's not really pink, it's sort of salmon colored. So I'm going to start with some light purple lavender and a size 2 round brush. Just going in and tracing what I've already done. I want it to be kind of wet, so I'm going to go back in and add a little more liquid so that I can touch some of the glitter inks, and I'm going to take my water brush for that because I don't like to get the glitter into my regular paintbrush. It's easier to wash it out of here. And just touch it and let it spread. I think that was supposed to be magenta. Ugh, not very pink, is it? So I'm going to dip into one of the other Ecolines, number 545, and then start letting that bleed up. This color I like. I'm sort of a pink and purple blue sort of person, so most of my practice stuff is done in those colors. Okay, I'm going to come in and touch this other one. Maybe I got the magenta and the red mixed up, so we'll see. No, that's equally not magenta. So that's the problem with those. I really like the way the glitter is. So I have a yellow one in the, we're going to call it Brea Reese because I don't know how to pronounce it. So here, just to show you, here's what the pink looks like. See, it's kind of orangey. Not real happy with it. They have a hard time with their pinks. And so then I'm going to go in with some red Ecoline, number 318, and just continue to trace. Come up from the bottom. Let it bleed in. Let it bleed in a little more because that's orange. I wish I had a nice good light pink. I tried to get some Ecoline. There's a pale rose color. And I went the other day to the art store, I guess about a week ago. I went to one local art store and they had a spot for it on their rack, but it was sold out. And then last weekend, we went to Blick, and they don't even have it in the store, and they were like, do you want to buy it online? Like, if I wanted to buy it online, I would have ordered it from Amazon and had it in 2 days. But Amazon, they have it available, but it was like $13, and they normally cost like $6 something, so I didn't want to pay double. So now I'm just living without it and being pouty. Again, I'm touched into the glitter ink, so I'm using the water brush. Because if you get that tiny glitter into your regular paintbrush, you will be painting glitter forever. It just sticks in the brush. And I have towels, some microfiber towels off to the side, so when you see me dipping off to the side, or rubbing up, going off to the side, I'm just squeezing my water brush and kind of rubbing it. Ugh, that's ugly. Tried to put some lavender on that because it's kind of orangey, but that was ugly. I'll go with some red Ecoline to kind of deepen that. And then where it's kind of hot pink, I'll go in with some of the purple. Well, that doesn't show. What can I put there? Let's do that color that's supposed to be magenta glitter ink. It's not magenta. That's the problem with working with colors that are all pretty vibrant, is that you don't get the blends the same as you do when you use lighter colors. They don't show up. I guess you get them the same, you just don't see them. And I really like that blendy look. In fact, I just got an idea. So with all of these pinks being more orangey than I like, I have right up here a light blue Ecoline. And I wonder if I touch some of that blue in there, if it would take some of these colors that are a little orangey. It's either going to ruin it and make it really muddy, or it might take things a little bit purple. Or it might be too pale and do nothing. I have a brighter blue on the shelf. Hold on. Okay. This one looks to be, I haven't used this one in a while, so I don't remember exactly what it looks like, but it's number 506. It looks to be kind of a royal blue. So we'll give that a whirl, see what it does. Well, it shows up, doesn't it? There we go. Get in there, we'll go up here and then over to here. Get some action happening. So that's interesting. Get some water into here. There we go. Make that orange go away. I have this thing with orange. It's not my favorite color. And when I say it's not my favorite color, that means I kind of hate it. Orange, unless it's like pumpkins or fall leaves. Soak up some of that. I have too much water here. There we go. Unless it's orange, as in fall leaves or pumpkins, other oranges tend to kind of make me just feel angry, and I don't know why. My husband has these shirts he wears to work that are like highlighter orange. Ugh. They just make me feel instantly crabby. Now I'm trying some of that light blue down here to this purple. Ooh, that's pretty. That's what's fun about the liquid watercolors, is you just plop them in and let them do their thing. And then when everybody sees it, they act like you did something special. No, I didn't do anything special. It's just the paint. The paint's pretty. I just did a basic trace. Okay, so that lavender that I did over here is drying out. Let me add some more. Because it's all very flat and it has no action going on. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna dip in to the magic. Speaking of magic, I recently got these mica pearlescent watercolors. These are from Hydrocolor. Most of them are. So the top three here, the red, the gray silver color called Flying Monkey, and then the Hex Lime Green. This one's called Jazzy Berry. I got these from Hydrocolor recently, and they are gorgeous. These two are Daniel Smith. This white one, is not what I expected. It's called Violet Fantasy, and from the color on the outside of the tube, I thought it was going to be a light purple color. It is pretty much clear with a purple shimmer, so that wasn't really what I was expecting or hoping for. It's fine. I'm sure I'll find places to use it. It would be gorgeous if I was painting like a picture of fairies and I could add it to their wings. That would be amazing. I'm just going to add a little bit of that in here. And then maybe a little bit of the blue. And actually, I had just ordered, but I haven't gotten it yet. Well, I tried, almost, well, there's a story. I had ordered Fine-Tech or Coliro, however, they changed their name. It used to be Fine-Tech. And I think I ordered old stock because it was called Fine-Tech. Unless there's two companies now, I don't know. It's confusing. But I had ordered a rainbow set because I have a set of the golds and they're gorgeous. I ordered a rainbow set and it was delivered yesterday. I ordered it from Amazon. It was delivered yesterday, but when I opened the box, it's had a sticker on the outside that said Fine-Tech, but on the inside, it was not. The inside, it was some computer thing. My son, I had to call him down and like, what is this? Because a part of me was wondering, is this worth something? Is it worth more than the paint? Not that I would have any use for it, but I was just curious. And he told me that it was, oh, let's do some more glitter. He told me that it was something breadboard. I don't know. Don't have a clue what that means. To me, a breadboard has to do with baking. But he said it was some computer thing and that it was not worth any more than my paints were. So I took them, I took the package of that wasn't paint to be returned this morning, and then they're going to send me a replacement. Hopefully it actually contains the paint. I'm kind of concerned about that because it was mismarked in the warehouse. It had a sticker on it that said paint, but it wasn't paint. So I hope that they have fixed that error and that I do actually get paint and not the same thing again. I hope they didn't mismark a whole stack of them. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of this color called Flying Monkeys. Because some of this is a little, oh, that's kind of dry. Well, it'll be okay. I wasn't real happy with how that spot looked. So I'll cover it up with sparkle. A little bling fixes everything, right? All right, that looks sufficiently, well, no, it doesn't, right here. I was going to say it looks sufficiently sparkly, but is there ever such a thing as sparkly enough? Okay. Gotta call it good. You know what was neat? These hydrocolor paints, they came with a magnet, and so I just stuck them in Trader Joe's container from, they say mints, but they're really candy. But I pretend like they're mints when I'm eating them, like candy, one after another. And nobody ever tries to steal them from me or have one because they have ginger in them, and apparently I'm the only one in the house that thinks ginger is a worthwhile thing. I kind of love ginger. Okay, the purple dish. I'm going to close these up real quick because I'm always afraid I'm going to accidentally knock over these jars. And that would be really, really bad. And then I'm going to dry this real quick with a dryer, or hand dryer. Or I should say heat gun, but I call it a dryer. Hopefully I can figure out how to fast forward through this part so that you don't have to watch me do this in real time. I'm super new to the whole video thing. Okay, that looks dry. Ooh, the glitter is really popping now. You see that? The sparkle and the shimmer and the glitter. I love all of that stuff. So let me take a Micron 05. Actually, take that back, changing my mind. I am going to take this double-ended Tombow. I'm gonna go in for the dark end, the black end. And I'm gonna cover this up because I'm left-handed and I have to rest my hand on the paper. And I don't want to get everything all smeary. And then I'm just going to add a dark line on the outside of the downstrokes, the thicker downstrokes. It adds a little depth, it makes the colors pop, and also it's a little bit of a cheat, or at least a helper for me. When I go to put shadows in, I can follow this black line to help keep me making my shadows in the right place. Sometimes I make them on the outside of the downstrokes with the thinner pen. I almost did it with the Micron 05, but on a smaller, when it's just one shorter word, I think that adding this extra bit of depth really helps. I like to add a little bit to the loop of the R. I don't usually do that on loops for O's and W's and V's, but the R loop, it has that thicker bit at the top. It's a little more prominent. It's part of the letter instead of just being an accent as far as a connection goes. So, where'd that 05? Here it is. I'm going to take the 05 and then just add a line to the left side or the bottom, whatever applies, of the upstrokes now, the thinner strokes. The other thing that this does is, see how sometimes with the watercolor, how this gives you like I have like a ripply edge almost. That line on there and it just cleans it right up. That makes me happy. Here's another edge that looks sort of ruffly. And now it's straight. I'm going to sort of taper this a little bit, so I'll draw that in a little more tapered. And so on this word, I think I'm going to do one of those gray drop shadows where the gray is not touching. And I'm going to still use this double-sided Tombow. This time I'm going to use the gray side. And this is kind of a darker gray than I usually use for a shadow, so wish me luck. The trick here is to keep it the same distance consistently as you make the line away from the letter. And then same thing here. I'm coming up. A little bit here. And so the nice thing, where I said it was a bit of a cheat, when I go to make this gray drop shadow, wherever I had already made a black line, I just sort of mirror that black line wherever there's a black line, I get a gray line, but the gray line's just a little bit away from the letter. Try to not go over it too much, but sometimes I do. Sometimes I just have to, or I can't stop myself. And honestly, it's really hard to do this and talk, because I think I hold my breath. Ah, too close. And that's a little too far apart. Oh well, is what it is. And that could be a little closer. And actually while I'm here, I see where I could taper this a little bit more. It looks sort of blunt. There we go. Yeah, that one there is too far, and that one there, the other one, this one's too close. And I missed the black line here. There we go. But you know, we all make mistakes. And I think it's really important to be able to notice and be aware of when you've made a mistake without taking it personally. Because for me, this is practice. I'm not going to sell this. I'm not going to hang it on my wall. I'm not giving it to anybody as a gift. So it doesn't really matter if it's 100% perfect. I don't expect it to be. I'm going to go over this with a little bit thicker gray, maybe just on the downstrokes. I'm going to do that first and see what I think, how it looks. And then maybe I'll add it to the upstrokes as well. Like I was saying, I think it's really important to be able to take your mistakes in stride and to be able to learn from them without getting too upset. When I think about being able to notice your own mistakes, you know what it makes me think of? It makes me think of, you know, on the show American Idol, where people would try out for getting on the show. Okay, I like that. I'm going to add it to the upstrokes too. You know, when they would do the auditions, and then there would be some people who would try out, and they were convinced that they were the next American Idol, that they were the best singer ever. And you get really kind of, you would start anticipating actually hearing them sing because they were hyping themselves up so much. And then they would have their turn and they would start singing, and it was horrific. And it was like you were cringing. You felt sorry for them because you were embarrassed on their behalf, right? But they had no idea that not only were they not going to make it as a professional singer, but that they actually were making your ears bleed. And so when I think about the whole thing of being able to see your mistakes, you have to be able to see what you don't do that's amazing so that you can work on it. I think all of this stuff is a skill, and you can practice and improve upon, oh, I missed a spot. You can practice and improve upon any of it. But you have to be able to see what needs improvement, or else you can't improve, right? So, yeah, don't be those American Idol singers that don't know that they're singing horribly. So translating that to lettering, it would just be to say, you know, you can't be too, you can be proud of what you've made. You can be really happy with your progress and proud of that. But to look at something to be like, oh my gosh, this is the most amazing thing ever. I can look through Instagram all day long and find one thing after another that's way better than what I can make. It inspires me. It lets me know that there's some place for me to take this if I keep practicing. I know that that's a possibility. It's something that's available to me if I continue to practice, but I can't even imagine looking at what I've made here. I mean, I like it, but I know that there are some mistakes in it. There are things I can improve on, which is good, because if I didn't know what those things were, and I really just thought this was the absolute best I could ever make if I continued to practice for years and years and years, well, that's kind of sad. I want to know that I can improve and that I can get better and that there is some place for me to continue to grow with this. So yeah, you have to be able to see your mistakes, but also know that it's not, you know, the sky is not going to fall because there are mistakes. The nice thing is, so I posted something yesterday in a group that I knew had all kinds of little mistakes, and then some couple mistakes that were kind of bigger that if you really looked at it, pretty much anybody should be able to see. And everybody was like, what mistakes? What mistakes? Well, not everybody, but some people are like, well, there's no mistakes. And it would be nice to be able to say there weren't, but it is just practice, and there are always going to be mistakes. But it is nice to know that most people would look at the finished whole thing and not see them. Because when as you're doing it, it really pops out at you that, oh, this is wrong and that's wrong. But when you look at the whole finished piece, they sort of blend in. And so that's reassuring to know that, you know, you can, everything that has some mistakes in it, what I'm calling mistakes are really just the fact that it was made by a human being and not made by a machine. It's not a font, it's hand lettering. And so it's always going to have unique differences, and we can call those unique differences mistakes or flavor or interest, and it's all good. So here we go. I'm done. What do you think? Can you see the glitter? I'll wiggle it around a little bit. Ooh, pretty. I like how the shimmer of the mica paints over like down here and here and here and there, how that shimmer is different than the glitter. So the glitter paints, while I'm not happy with the shades of pink and how not pink, how more orange they are than pink, you gotta admit, the actual glitter finish is freaking amazing. Okay, well, thank you if you actually sat through and watched this and listened to me blabber on about nonsense. Let me know if you liked this, if you would like to see any more videos. I'm completely new to it, and so I know that there are going to be some mistakes with that too. I think I've got my camera angle a little bit better, and I think I have my lighting a little bit better. So I'll hope to continue to improve as far as that goes too. So let me know if there's anything that you would like me to make a video with. I'll probably continue to make things of just practicing, whether it's in real time or time lapse. Which one do you like better with that, real time or time lapse? Okay, well, talk to you later.